Sandpaper is something that no wood turner can live without. And thank goodness over the last few years, advancements in technology have helped improve it. It used to be you got a sheet of paper with sand on it or garnet. And the problem with that was the chips of garnet on there were really hard to get the right size, so you wind up with odd little scratches and things. Well, with advancements, we came up with aluminum oxide. Now this stuff is the exact size you need. This is 150 grit here. So you're not going to have any issues going from this grit to another grit because they are the exact same. Now while this is great sandpaper, it does have one issue. The dust you get as you're sanding will clog up the grains on this and it'll lose its effectiveness. And so you have to switch sandpaper a lot. Now another advancement that is really cool is this net-like sanding material. It actually has holes in a mesh. So as you sand, the dust passes through, which keeps this from clogging up as much. Now you would think you're done sanding once you've sanded the wood, but that's not correct. You're going to apply a finish, and if it's a polyurethane or something like that, you're going to want to cut it back. In other words, polish the finish. And that's where you're going to turn to steel wool or to these neat little sanding pads. And I actually prefer the pads, and I have some green ones I use because if you're using light colored wood, sometimes this will discolor the wood. But one thing to keep in mind, no matter what you're doing, I was told by a turner a long time ago, you have to treat sandpaper as if you never paid for it. Don't get cheap, don't try to make it last too long because it'll ruin the finish on your product.